Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today's yoga practice is going to be centering around reflection of ourselves. Truth be told, many of us don't really understand ourselves as well as we think. So carving out some time to reflect on ourselves, our motives, and how we generally carry ourselves through a typical day is ultra beneficial for gathering accurate data about what's happening under the surface of things. We usually associate yoga with movement, asana, poses, right? Standing on our heads. Well, when I think of yoga, I think of stillness. I think of quiet observation. Let's take a few moments to go over why this overlooked part of the practice is vital. If we look at the first limb of yoga, if you will, we look at this thing called ahimsa, which stands for no violence, right? But the truth is that violence doesn't start with my behavior. Violence starts in the spirit, in the mind, in the ego, okay? It starts in the spirit and it comes into the mind. And when I come into agreement with that spirit of violence, I then embody it, I think like it, I speak like it, and I act like it, okay? So how am I supposed to really get a clear picture of what violent behavior, thoughts, or agreements I've come into if I don't take the time to reflect? I have to first start a little earlier. I have to go a little deeper, and I have to start reflecting, because without reflecting, we cannot see. So what is reflection? Reflection, according to the Oxford Languages Dictionary, one definition of it anyway, is serious thought or consideration. So why is serious thought or consideration important? Because thinking is always a good thing. Oftentimes we are just caught up in routine, habits, environmental rhythms, and we aren't actually actively, mindfully aware of ourselves and what we are really doing. We're kind of on autopilot. So reflection really gives us a chance to unplug from all those things and actively and quietly connect to ourselves for a check-in. Also, reflection allows us time to evaluate whether or not our behavior is in alignment with our core values. Some of my core values may be treating people with respect, or taking other people's feelings into consideration when I'm doing something. But actually, if I look at my behavior, I'm quite short with people, and I really don't care what you think about what I'm doing, right? So we have a gap, right, between how I think of myself and the actuality of myself, all right? So it gives me a chance to really check in and see if all of that is in alignment. Also, we live in a rushed world, and there can be times where we're just kind of swept away with things, caught up in things, go along with things just because maybe other people are doing it, the culture has modeled it, our parents modeled it, and so we just kind of do it, but we never really took the time to evaluate the teaching or the modeled behavior to see, is this helpful or is this harmful? So the behavior we participate in is ultimately the behavior we agree with, and we really have to understand that. We're not always aware of that. We don't usually connect the dots sometimes when we're doing something and, it feels okay, it seems all right or whatever. And we haven't really checked to see if it's in alignment with who we want to be, the kind of person we believe ourselves to be, the kind of person we want to be. And so we really need to sometimes take the time to actually look at the fruit of something that I'm doing and the relationship that fruit has to the kind of person I want to become. So I think I'm this way, I'm acting this way, I need to make sure that they're in alignment with each other, that one is feeding the other in a healthy way. So we want to reassess our flows, our behaviors. It's really key to maintaining and having a healthy understanding of where we are internally and spiritually and actually. right? So we are responsible for more than just ourselves, and our behavior impacts other people. It impacts their emotions, their situations. It can impact their life, how they see themselves, their self-esteem. We are modeling our standards to other people by our behavior. And so I can say one thing, right, with my mouth, but what I model is the complete opposite thing. I can say I'm a good partner. I can say I'm a good friend all day long. But if my friend or partner brings up things that I've done that have been neglectful or hurtful or rude, and I don't try to fix it, I never say I'm sorry, I don't try to rebuild the trust I broke with you, then can I really say that I'm a good partner or I'm a good friend, right? No. So reflection allows us time to witness the ego and its play. And as I start to reflect and analyze myself, I can really start to see my ego and how it's working in what I think, what I do, and what I say, right? I need to check my entitlement level. How is it? Is it controlled by my ego? Do I feel entitled to this thing because I worked for it, I sweated for it, I cried for it, I sacrificed for it, I really earned it? Or do I feel entitled to it because it's there and I think I should just have it? So ego is a very tricky thing, and it comes in so many different forms and shapes to catch us up. Am I insulted by the littlest comment or feel away if I'm asked to do more than I think I should do? My attitude and behavior will reflect the truth back to me. So we don't get anywhere by lying to ourselves. And oftentimes I think we automatically think we're kinder, nicer, sweeter, and more generous than we actually are. These perceptions of ourselves will not be tested in the good times, but by the hard times, those uncomfortable moments, right? Those unfair moments that catch us off guard. Do you really go the extra mile for someone else who can't do anything for you? Do you ever spare some change for somebody when asked for it? Do you ever let someone cut in front of you at the line at the grocery store, or offer to let them go because they only have 2 things? Or is it's my turn, don't crowd me? So finally, reflection is necessary for transformation and growth. I cannot accurately change anything unless I have taken the time to properly assess the truth about myself, the truth about how I actually am. And this is not a practice of perfection, right? So this is a practice of looking. So right now, we're just trying to observe. We're trying to think about the behavior, because there is a term called radical acceptance. And that focuses on facing the facts about myself, about the situation, about how it is, right? How do I really think? How do I really see things? How do I really see other people? The quiet things that I wouldn't necessarily say out loud with my mouth, but are bleeding out through my actions towards other people. This period of reflection is necessary and is something that you can start doing without any equipment. You can take an inventory at the end of the day. You can, begin to notice your thoughts, begin to notice your level of patience and your level of compassion for others that you interacted with that day. All right. So be honest, be compassionate for yourself as you look deeply into the activity of your own heart, of your own mind, right? This is not just about practicing asana. Yoga is so much more than that. Yoga is a mirror, a time to reflect. Yoga is also a process, so don't beat yourself up. I'd like to leave you with a quote from Pete Hall and Alyssa Cimarral. The more reflective you are, the more effective you are. And that is because the more that I look into it, the more that I see, the more I can refine and fine tune. And don't sweat. We can't see our whole selves in just a few minutes. This is a practice, guys, that will unfold over your entire lifetime, all right? So start small, choose an area that you want to explore and focus on that. Maybe that's reflection on the truth about your attitude and noticing when it's off course and why. Little by little, guys, small adjustment by small adjustment can make huge improvements in the overall play of your journey and someone else's. Okay, guys, so with all of that, so much love. This is such beautiful work. This is impactful work. This is rewarding work. This is yoga. So let's catch up in the next video. And until then, namaste.